What
We're not
happened?
gaslighting you. That was actually 2 weeks
That
ago.
was actually 2 weeks ago. What? The fight
We
was
had
2 weeks ago.
we had the international dance contest 1 week ago, and then last week it was
Rhythmic
the German
gymnastics.
beer fest.
Yeah. You have to get drunk to do the rhythmic gymnastics.
We fought the speaker. That wasn't the whole session. Though. We did a few. I think we did things before that, didn't we? Or no,
No.
because we went right from the Kraken to there, pretty much.
That was the important thing that happened.
Yeah, we figured out that Rick was afraid of water.
Oh yeah, Rick is afraid of the ocean, and then we got down
Probably
there and he's
more
like,
so
"Look,
now."
see, it's justified." Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he's
understandable.
I don't want to be in the water anymore.
Like, if he didn't have trauma then, he does now.
we got our water level out of the way, guys.
Heavy. Well, you say that,
No, we didn't. You
but
dumbass.
no.
Or pirates.
Essentially, the important thing is you did, in fact, descend down into the
Don't fall off the ship.
reef, and you fought the High Speaker and the Grand Speaker, and you destroyed this blighted statue that was spreading its sickness and taint across the entirety of the Bay of Thorns. You defeated him. You attacked basically sort of at sunrise as the Watcher, with what remained of the Resistance, launched an attack to draw forces away, to give you enough time to get down there, kill the Speaker and his most loyal, devout guards, including 2 black obsidian shard mines, Max. As
Yeah,
well
they
as,
were on
you know,
seahorses.
His most, yes, they were. I
They
thought
low-key
it was
stuff.
kind of cool, but
It was cool.
I thought it was really cool, and they punched me in the face multiple.
they did do
times.
that.
They stabbed us.
You got smacked around a little bit, but you came out okay on the other side. You destroyed the statue, and now, hopefully, the sickness will begin to cleanse itself from the Bay of Thorns. It is probably a thing that's not gonna, immediately resolve itself. It's likely that may take weeks or months for all of the sort of magical tank to disseminate out of the water and disappear from it, but there's nowhere to go but up now. You, obviously, having been so beat up, what did I can only remember the fight ending. Did we do anything immediately after the fight ended?
I don't think so, because
I think we just ended because it was getting late and we just ended the fight.
No, we decided that we decided what we're doing next, and it was gonna be the bullywugs.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
But I like more specifically, I was like, did we do anything specific?
No, we didn't do anything. We literally just sat here and we discussed it, and we decided that the bullywugs was our next best bet to investigate. Because you said it would do both of them. It would deal with that issue, and it would give us information about the lady.
It is all, yeah, the bullywugs is all sort of tied together with other stuff. You do obviously ascend back to the Jericho, which is, anchored just a little bit of ways away. Certainly want to arrive before your Gills potions runs out. Not to mention, it'd be nice to not have to take a long rest underwater. It's not exactly the most hospitable place. The Flounder is, and you almost have an honor guard of the Resistance. Those that did manage to survive, there were some losses, but once the Speaker was dead, anybody left. I mean, you ended up killing his most devout worshippers alongside him. Anybody left pretty quickly. It seems like they were just going along because they were scared of it, which you found out last time. A lot of them were just there because they were scared of retribution. The Watcher and Flounder, as they escort you back to the ship, once you sort of surface, Flounder says, you are heroes in this place. We're never gonna forget you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I will never forget you.
he sort of says, "Go, take your rest." But he looks up at the ship and he says, "If you remain here, we'll speak to you at the end of the day. We're going to go search through all of the things that the speaker had."
Oh,
Okay.
ooh, yeah, that might be good to look at.
We could all use a rest. So we will be in touch.
Yeah, I already healed everyone, but technically, there would be people that were at like 1, and so
Yeah.
you spend a bunch of healing surges. But he says we're going to go, and we're going to go through the speaker's things and see if we can find anything, and we'll report back to you and have a further discussion at the end of your rest. And they both dive down below the waves, disappearing with little more than a splash. Upon their return, they will also grant you the upgraded Mordenkrad, as well as a Amulet of Physical Resolve. Obviously, I know where the upgraded Mordenkrad is going.
Me.
Mike. A thing that probably weighs about
Yeah.
10 times the amount as Mike does.
He's just dragging it along behind him, leaving a furrow in the ground like,
It's like, guys, isn't this fucking cool?
"I'm so strong!" Alright, we get the... Brad. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say they upgrade your Mordenkrad, that way you're not carrying 2 around.
That was, I also,
Yeah, that is just the
the
easiest way
the
to...
one is also sentimental. I would not have gotten rid of it.
That's definitely the easy way to do it. And it's gonna be Max that ends up with the Amulet of Physical Resolve. Was that the plan?
Can Max even be hurt by poisons? Because doesn't stop poison resistance.
I mean, I'm a construct, but I don't think I don't have
I don't
poison
know.
immunity. I don't think I have a
He
poison
doesn't
immunity.
have poison immunity. Also, it does still
Okay.
it still does grant the +1 reflex, fortitude, and will.
That would be nice.
So it does still give the bonus, even without the poison bonuses. It would give you the +1s to your non-AC
Okay.
defenses.
I got hella psychic resistances.
That's true. That's not necessarily bad.
Yeah. I mean, if Max needs it most, yeah, we can give it to him.
There you go, Max. You get an
Yay!
Amulet of Physical Resolve. Look at all those 16s. Jesus. Alright. Captain
resolute.
Montebank hefts you all on board. You're surprised to see that it looks like there was at least a little bit of action on board the Jericho. They were anchored off the reef, but it seems like there might have been a small raid of some sort, a small attack of some sort. There's a little bit of blood on the actual deck itself, but it's just a very minor amount. You can see a couple of what looks like scales. You can see Kevin is exhilarated. You can see the twins are up in the rigging. They are sort of making sure everything's together. Everything's ready to go. But he pulls you on board and he says, "My word, you all look like hell."
You should
I
see
want to
the
go
other
back
guy.
in the water again.
No, I take that back. I say you should see the seahorse.
I guarantee
He
you,
raises
we
an
feel
eyebrow.
worse.
I flinch a little bit.
Seahorses? My word. Well,
I see horses all the time.
welcome aboard. Well, welcome back aboard.
I would like to go rest.
Yes, I imagine your hammocks are calling. Unfortunately, we did receive a little bit of action on top deck as well. It seems that some of the fleeing Kuatoa, after the High Speaker, Grand Speaker, what have you, after he was killed a handful of them try to flee, and they saw a boat that they might gain riches or spoils from. I don't know their exact motivation, but we dealt with them admirably. It was no more than a small rabble, so I'm afraid we'll try to keep it quiet as we clean the deck, won't we? As he looks at everyone, and they sort of nod their heads. You deserve a rest, and we will, after your respite, we will return back to, I suppose, Alvalindra, or if you've got another place you'd rather go. There's not much in regards of, food, but we do have rations.
No, bro.
Who the fuck? Who's screwing out Donald Trump back there?
I'm gonna... You know what, Max? I'm gonna run for president. I'm gonna make America good enough again.
I mean, shit, dog. That's better than where it's at.
It's all we can hope
It's a low
for.
bar. It's a low bar.
You return to your hammocks and collapse into them. Sleep washes over you. Exhaustion washes over you.
I sleep in my hammock in a little pile of crystals.
In the beneath the decks and the dark underneath parts of the
I
Jericho.
pick up that pile of crystals and I throw it overboard.
All right, you sink again.
Pranked you.
You do finally get to heal, and whenever you wake up, it's already you're surprised. You sleep a long time. It was a difficult day, and whenever you arise, it's already getting quite dark. And amidst the sort of darkness, the ship has drifted slightly. It's now actually over the reef, no longer having to fear for the safety of the Jericho, as you are now obviously pretty well allied with the Kuatoa. You have no fears of any sort of raids or any sort of Kuatoa attacks. And as you climb onto the deck and you sort of look over the edge, you can see there is beautiful, you can just make out like bioluminescent corals and algae beneath you, and the actual underneath the boat as it's sort of slowly drifting along is just a beautiful light show almost of sort of bioluminescence.
Neat.
The Jericho is quiet. There's nothing but the gently lapping sound of it pushing through the water, and as admire the beautiful sort of starry sky, and you look over the edge and see the wonderful cascade of colors below you. You can see there are a handful of Kuatoa that pop up, led by Flounder, obviously the one that can actually speak Common quite well, but the Watcher is there as well, and they wave at you and swim over. They reach
Wave
on.
back.
Do what?
I wave back.
They swim to the side. They reach onto one of the a rope that's hanging on the edge, and they sort of slowly hoist themselves up. You could see, as they Flounder and the Watcher get up, they see the other Kuatoa that traveled with them attach what appears to be like a bundle of something to the rope, and it looks like a pretty sizable bundle, and they heft this large,
Yeah, I bet that's really fucking heavy for the
this quite large bundle up, as there is...
It's in the water. Oh.
Yeah, well, they have to still lift it up
Bioluminescent.
on deck. As they... as you're lifting it, you do find the crew goes to help them. They have been at least the dwarf crewman has now been named, as I didn't really have a name for him. But he rushes over and he is helping them pull everything up. I decided that the dwarf's name is Golwyn Four Ears.
Does he have 4 years?
I remember he's got the Viking helmet that has ear horns on it instead of like animal horns because he's deaf. So he's 4
That's
ears.
hilarious.
But he's helps pull it up as you heft.
Well, I think you might be ableist.
I mean, he could almost hear.
That's like when you have mobsters named like Tony Two Shoes and shit.
How many shoes do you expect to wear outside, Max? You wear 2 shoes.
Yeah.
He's got 4 ears. He's got his ears that are deaf and his ear horns, which help him not be deaf. You know, if anything, Rick, you're being ableist because you are not letting him celebrate his disability.
Did he give himself a nickname?
No, he's deaf. Whenever he tried to give himself his nickname, he went, "My name's James."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
Colin,
we're
you're right.
ableist.
Never mind. I'm
We're
ableist.
ableist.
You're right. My bad.
Within this large
That's on me.
canvas sack, you can see there is not just your Mordenkrad that has now been augmented. It's covered in what appears to be like...
Wait, I'm sorry. I got stuff. So this man was born deaf, and he still has ear horns?
No, he's not wasn't actually born deaf. He's just going 4 ears. He's like an old dwarf.
By you going, I thought you were implying that he was born deaf,
he just
and then they gave him ear horns.
He just
I was
doesn't
like,
actually
that's just
talk.
fucking mean.
He just doesn't really talk very much.
Oh my goodness.
You heft up the actual sack itself. You open it. Within the sort of oil-bound sack, you do find your Mordenkrad has been augmented. Its head has like razor-sharp coral that sort of sticks out of it, and it's sort of awkwardly able to sort of slash and cut through things incredibly well. A very, dangerous-looking weapon. There is another necklace. This one, obviously, the amulet of physical resolve. But
We sure do love necklaces.
I mean, yeah. Luckily, it is a pearl necklace, Ilanara. So, you get your own pearl necklace of physical resolve that is studded, like I said, with oyster pearls as well as little bits and pieces of coral. It's quite a lovely necklace.
I wear it. I wear it happily.
Perhaps the biggest thing that was hefted up, there is like a very strange looking model.
Amal's gotta get her necklace back. I'm wearing her amulet.
Do you want to
'Cause she-
wear the coral necklace, or do you want me to just like hold on to it?
I mean, I guess I'll wear it. I don't have a magic necklace, so I guess I might as well.
I mean, like you could talk to the Kotoa, I guess. So Colin, we're just gonna trade necklaces.
All right, you switch necklaces again, and but beyond that,
Now
you
You know when you're leveling and you get a random magic item, you just put something in there because it's better than having the slot empty.
yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
something.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing with this.
This is literally better than nothing. So
You
Yeah.
never know.
You get like the +1 int necklace, but you're a fighter, and you're like, well, maybe that'll do something.
I was like, you never know when you'll need to to swim. Maybe one
It's
day.
true.
Boy, I'm glad
I am in plate mail. I go straight down.
11
That's
in.
All right, but perhaps the most unusual thing that's pulled up, they basically pulled up like a model of some sort. It is a roughly made. It almost looks like canyon or some sort of cleft in the stone, and it has been carefully gridded out. As there's like a grid pattern that has been carved into it. It looks like it's made out of some sort of like dark sandstone that has been carved into. And this gridded out cleft or canyon has had particular cells that have been crossed out. Like they've had a chisel has made an X in them. As he lifts it up, if you want, you can roll a. may very well be a may very well be just maybe a history check.
Okay.
I tried to add investigation, but investigation fucking kept breaking the character sheets, so I decided fuck it.
I got a 19.
I got
You don't
12.
know shit about dick.
That
I
you
guess
should
not.
see, that you quickly surmise that is a search grid.
You said it was an Colin. What'd you say it was? An insight or perception?
It would be just a history check.
Oh, sorry.
Insight would work as well, though.
Insight? Oh, okay, I'll roll insight then. Oh, I got 17.
Damn, I rolled low on the history. I got a plus 10.
It is, from what you've gathered, from what you've read in books, from what you know of it, general search and rescue stuff, it looks like he had gridded out an area and was searching basically piece by piece, cell by cell for something. Systematically going down what appears to be this, this cleft that...
Who's doing this?
This was something recovered from the Grand Speaker. This is one of the things.
So he's looking for something.
That was hefted up on this ship after the Watcher said, "I'm gonna go investigate."
And what
the
area?
speakers."
What area was it?
Flounder is able to say, "This is this is at the bottom of a trench."
Oh, that's not scary at all. Oh my god, Colin's doing it. He's doing it. We're underwater, underdark. All right.
This is at the
I really don't think that's what Colin's doing.
the Grand Speaker was.
I know that's
sending
what
out,
Colin's not doing because I'm not doing it.
The Grand Speaker was sending out only his most loyal people alongside his Obsidian Guard many days to systematically search throughout this trench.
Is there anything special about the trench? I asked everyone on the boat if anyone knows anything about this trench.
Captain Montebank sort of shakes his head and he sort of says, "It is a curious place. It is one that ships often avoid because it's not that it's particularly dangerous physically, but it's hard to explain. It's just an odd feeling. It's superstition, I suppose, but there's an odd feeling whenever one passes over it. It's like you're being watched."
Could that be where our weapon is?
Oh,
No, the weapon's in the bay.
I suspect not. This has been a superstition
Oh, okay.
since as long as anyone can remember, far before that ship sank.
I asked the flounder, what the Kuotoa know about this thing?
They say it's a dangerous place, a bad place. No one would go there willingly, but they must have been ordered to go there. It's dark and it's deep. There's just something not right about it.
How much of the trench has he searched?
He searched about probably 2/3 of it.
Was he still sending people out to it?
Flounder nods his head and he says, yeah. Not every day, but quite a few days of the week he'd have his most loyal people go with his Obsidian Guard and search it.
Okay.
Well, I guess.
Did they come back?
Oh yeah. I mean, you sort of found it's like you kind of you dealt with them. You got them on a day they weren't searching.
Well, I guess we'll just, drop Vogan in there with like 3 or 4 guild potions, and we'll come back in a week. You tell us what you find.
I hate that.
I'll go down
I
there
hate
with
that
you and
so
walk across
fucking
the
much.
bottom of the ocean.
That doesn't make it any better.
I'll glow a little bit. You might be able to see.
No, because then I can see what's down there.
No, because then you
Would
will
rather
attract
not
what's
see
down.
there.
Well, if you glow, you'll attract what's down there.
Unless you
Ignorance is-
plan on killing all of it, which like is probably not the case.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
If you
it's just
can't
dark,
see them, they can't see you.
maybe.
Flounder sort of looks over at the Watcher, and they begin talking to each other in Kuatoa. Almost sort of...
I know what that means.
What's what mean?
In Kuatoa, I know
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're saying.
They are talking about, well, you know, maybe we should show them the reef. And what Flounder sort of is saying, "Right, maybe we should show them the reef," and the Watcher is sort of vehemently shaking his head, saying, like, I don't think that's a good idea to show them the reef. And it says, well, you know, we promised to find their weapon. It might be asking the reef is the best way to find it. Instead of just sending out people to search, we're a little bit short-handed. As
The
they're-
reef itself is an entity.
as they're arguing over whether to take you to the reef. Which is weird because you've been on the reef. That's where the Kuatoa were. But they're arguing about whether they should show it to you.
So
What's this? What's
the
this
reef
about,
itself is an
about
organism,
the reef?
and it's
I
like
say-
a hive mind or something, like some like supreme
Can I
intelligence.
speak Kuatoa or can I just understand it? What does
Uh,
the necklace let me do?
Well, Flounder speaks common, so like, I mean, he would answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if we could hear
Yeah,
that, if that conversation was
if
in
you can
common,
hear
we'd
it.
know.
Well, you can
No, that was
understand
in
the Kuatoa.
Kuatoa.
But can I speak it?
Yes.
Or just okay. I say in common. What about the reef?
The two of them sort of stiffen a little bit, but Flounder sort of turns and says in common, well, there's no point in not being upfront about it.
Well, I thought, we're allies. I don't know why you're trying to hide things from us.
We are... The Watcher nods his head and he says, that's fair. But it is your people, you sailors, have been dropping ships and debris across our reefs for hundreds of years. You understand our... perhaps hesitance to divulge what is perhaps our dearest secret. There is... The reef is not merely a reef. There is an intelligence about it. There is a awareness. It's old. And it's only been getting weaker and weaker. Sicker and sicker. It knows everything, it seems, about the Bay of Thorns, but it is always difficult to get it to talk. Certainly doesn't talk to everyone. Lord knows the speaker tried to get it to tell it whatever location of this thing it was looking for, but maybe it was too smart. Maybe it sensed there was something wrong with him.
Well, if you don't trust us, if it is culturally taboo, I don't say don't trust us. That sounds aggressive. If it is culturally taboo for one of us to go, would you be willing to ask to be our intermediary and ask on our behalf?
Roll a diplomacy check.
Do I get a bonus since I just saved them?
Your bonus is getting to ask it all.
Okay. That's fair.
Per good.
He
That's not bad.
shakes his head and says, "It's not necessarily that it's culturally taboo. It is just what I say and tell you that this entity is old and sick. It's true. I fear that you could go back to your city and tell others what it is, where he is.
I'm not from this place. I don't have any ties to this city.
Neither am I.
I will take you to him, but I would ask something of you.
What?
I would ask if you could convince the Queen of Alvalindra to not hold her sea trials over our reefs.
Just move it? That seems doable.
Do we have a?
We are helping her too, you know?
Well, no, we don't know that he sent. Is he speaking in common? Actually, right?
It's Flounder sort of translating it.
Okay, so I would say we can ask, but I mean, do you have a way to show us where all of your reefs are, so we can ask specifically?
Where is the location you would like, and we'll see if we can work out a compromise.
So the reef isn't actually all that huge, honestly. It's actually just quite concentrated. However, the real problem is the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder has always... She wants to watch the sea trials. She wants to see the winner and see how everyone's doing. So it's always taken place just off the coast of the Bay of Thorns. And you can see if you open the map. The reef is actually just...
How do we open the map?
If you hit J, and you go to map,
Okay.
you go to the isle. The reef is just off the coast. And so there's always... These ship battles have always taken place there.
The Blighted Reef?
Yes.
Could we not do it, like in front of the Shrine of Umberlee, in that gap between the other two reefs?
You could try to convince her
Or
of that
can
to make sure...
can we do it just north of the reef, like in the bay, in this open area?
You could indeed. You could talk to her about maybe...
So he doesn't
shaking
have a
up.
preference, just not over my
Just
house.
just not over the reef. He would prefer that it doesn't happen where it can even drift down. Because if it happens, technically if it happens anywhere in the Bay of Thorns, there could be some fallout drifting onto the reef. But as long as it's not taking place over his reef, which is often where it happens.
We can work with that.
And he does say, well, if you can hopefully convince her of that, I would...
We can work with just not over my house.
On top of that, you're doing a pretty big solid for the entire city, having dealt with this problem. So they may very well be inclined to just listen to you. On top of that, from what you've seen, the Queen is not necessarily unreasonable, per se.
We have people with an N.
So, he says, very well, we will, allow you to meet the reef. I don't suppose, you have more of that Gills potion, do you? Valen holds up a bunch of vials. I got him! Very good. We will guide you to it, but it is a little bit of a journey. It's not here. The actual consciousness, where you can speak to it, that is farther up the reef. Oh, the best part is, look, if you're looking at the map, if you click on it, you can add markers to the map.
No.
Yeah, I saw that when I accidentally clicked. You said you can add a custom marker.
So if I want to, I can add.
What is the Sky Watcher's Tower?
That is, if you want to, that is something I came up while I was making up the map because I had an idea. So if you want to go back to Alvalindra, you can ask about it. But that has not been introduced so far. I do know what it is though, but I like the actual, like the Rotwater and the Skywatcher's Tower. That's something I came up when I was making the map. I was like, oh. I kind of have these ideas for things that I would like to happen. Or to places to be there. So, on the map, you can see, you're essentially... hold on. Moving from, like, from the marker above the blighted reef all the way to the other one at the edge of it. It's not like a huge journey, but it's, it does still take, because the winds are fairly calm, it does take a little while. The Watcher and the Watcher and Flounder travel with you the whole way. They guide you along. They seem to have almost some sort of innate sense of direction across the reef. You suspect that probably all the Kuo-toa that live here know it. Perhaps if it is the case that there is some sort of living sentience to this reef, maybe they're tuned into it somehow. Regardless, you gently drift along, but it does take the night. You have the opportunity to sort of rest and to hold watches, but there's certainly no trouble to be had. You're not attacked by bullywugs, there's no Kuo-toa, there's no sea monsters. It is just a simple journey from point A to point B, and as the sun rises crests over the horizon, the sky turns to shades of blue, you can see almost instinctively the Watcher nods his head to Flounder. They go to Captain Montebank and tell him to anchor. He goes to each of you and stresses, this entity is old, and he is he's very sick. I would ask that you don't be particularly combative with him, should it come to that.
I don't even know how I fight a reef.
You break the coral.
That's a long time. Goodness.
Actually, you could put just a little bit of copper in the water, or we'll just kill all of it.
Oh no.
I don't know if copper would do more than like Cthulhu juice from outer space.
You plunge into the water, taking your gills potion, alongside obviously your coral necklace that lets you swim underwater. But you splash down, and Flounder and the Watcher you sort of escort you down maybe 100 feet or so. There is what appears to be a overhang of like luminous purple red algae, or not algae, coral. They almost look like anemones that provide almost a roof to a cavern, a small underwater cave that, as you dive into, is lit up with a beautiful sort of luminescent blue-green algae that casts a massive brain coral in an eerie light. You can see the brain coral almost sort of pulses with energy, and you can feel it as you reach out into your minds. And you...
Oh great, this is an underwater elder brain.
It is essentially an underwater elder brain. It is being tended by 3 Sehwagin, but they seem to be mindless. little more than sort of like robotic in their ministrations as they go about making sure that you are, one, not being threatening as they do brandish coral spears at you, but one of them swims up to the brain, the sort of brain coral, with a fish skewered on a trident and is able to sort of, it seems to push it almost oddly over it as viscera and guts from the fish rain down onto it. It almost seems like it absorbs like fish guts and dead fish alongside other things. The brain coral reaches out to you, and you are immediately overwhelmed with almost a feeling of nausea, of pain, but it's not an acute pain. All of a sudden, your joints begin to ache. Your back begins to ache as it's almost projecting the weight of its age and existence on you, as you feel its wariness wash over you. But surprisingly enough, as it reaches into your mind, it's quite cordial. As Isol says, "Outsiders. Posh. Are you here to finish me off? Hasn't your kind already caused enough damage to me?"
My kind would never.
I don't think your kind has ever existed here.
Yeah, my kind typically doesn't go inside water, so definitely not salt. It's definitely not salt water.
I don't even want to be down here.
Those ocean tree people, they're really fucking this motherfucker up.
Your
The water ants are coming for him.
Your nets tangle themselves across my body. Your planks splintered from ships gouge into me like splinters.
Well,
Your kind, you surface dwellers, have done nothing but harm me for hundreds of years now.
well, in their defense, they didn't know you were here, but also I agree they shouldn't be doing that.
Reefs are a precious natural resource, and they should be preserved.
Can't wait for the giant kelp ants to come out and start yelling at us.
That's badass. Do you think they take forever to say hello,
The-
just like
The
Treebeard?
Kents.
They
Yeah,
can't.
the Kents.
No, they actually
The
they speak really quickly, actually.
I ache with age and sickness. I cannot abide your kind anymore, hardly. It is an affront that these Kuo-toa even brought you here. They should have known better.
We did just save them, and probably you from whatever that
We removed.
accursed creature was.
Was it the speaker? Was that his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've removed the speaker. He will no longer be a threat to you.
Whenever you say the speaker, there's like you can even feel in your heads the flash of anger and annoyance. He says, "The speaker, that idiot. Fool."
He will trouble you no longer. We've ended his reign.
But for that you do have my thanks. His
We-
vile
We took out some of
magics.
those. We took out the obsidian shard mines too that were helping him.
And we destroyed his statue.
Yeah.
That vile magic was sickening to me as well. And so for that you do have my thanks.
And the Kuo-toas that brought us to speak with you, and as a thanks for that, I hope you do not judge them harshly for it.
Flounder
Ew.
sort of says, "That's right. They were an aid to the reef. To all of us. I think at the very least you owed it to them. Or at least we owed it to them to allow you a meeting so that...
Yeah,
maybe
you know
they can
what?
hear you
See,
out."
God, fuck you. Why don't you show some fucking humility?
Alright, well, the reef explodes, you all die. But he said, sort of, there is a quiet contemplation and a wary... Very well. I will hear you out. Help you
We
however
are
I
ser-
can.
We are searching for an item that sank many years ago.
Take your pick.
Do I know what this thing?
You just know it's a
look-
weapon.
Do I
No.
do I do
You
I know
just
what
know
it
it's a
looks like? Can I describe it in any way?
Nope.
What
We
do I
know it's a
know about
cannon,
it?
You
right?
You know it's some sort of cannon, but you have no clue beyond that.
It is a large cannon. When did it sink?
He did give you a time. It happened in the sea trial a couple hundred years ago.
It sank 200 years ago. It was a large cannon. It was a powerful weapon, and we would be very grateful if you had any knowledge about it that you could share with us.
He you can feel the edge sort of fall away. It sort of softens as a sort of slightly gentler voice in his head that says, "I think I know what you're talking about. There can be only one. If it was a cannon that was somehow special, I can only think of one that's happened in the past half a millennia. Something unusual." I know where it is.
Could you tell us?
Oh, I'm only happy to have a piece of your debris.
We would be
removed.
happy to remove it from your oceans.
To have one of your debris pieces removed from me would only be welcome. The problem is that shipwreck is now home to an eel of substantial size and aggression. It is unlikely that it would suffer you trespassing on its home lightly.
Would it offend you if we were to get rid of this eel? If it came to violence, would that offend you?
Not particularly. Things die on the reef all the time. Its nourishment would return to me. It is, and it does project an image of the eel into your mind, and it's just like a huge eel.
How big? Like person size?
God, no.
That's a normal sized deal.
Like maybe 40 to 50 feet long.
We're talking about
Jormungandr.
it's an anaconda. It's an anaconda eel.
Fuck.
You can.
How
you
does
can roll
this
you
affect?
can roll a nature check.
How does the? Oh, I'm real fucking.
I mean,
not good
anybody
at
can
that.
roll a nature check because he's projecting it to everyone.
My nature's +7. I got 26, Colin.
It is. You do recognize it. A rare eel called a dragon moray. extremely territorial, quite powerful.
I got a 20.
You both recognize it as an eel called a dragon moray. Both
What does that
incredibly
do?
territorial.
What does that do for Vogan's fear of the water? Kaiju eels.
Do I get to do my Mordenkrad crit damage to Rick because I rolled a crit?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sitting there like, this is why I'm scared of the water.
They are powerful.
Again, are you fucking kidding me?
Large territorial eels. And they also have a strange hypnotic gaze from their glowing eyes.
Ah, great. It's gonna make
They got
fucking
hit.
good.
Yo, they sissy hypno you?
Hell yeah.
Rick's about to get force feminized by
Oh
an eel.
no! Its horde is its horse.
But it is able to tell you, like,
How does Vogan feel about kaiju eels force feminizing him?
there is one particularly powerful cannon that it can sense. It's able to sense magic coming off of it. From a shipwreck that sank a couple of 100 years ago, but that shipwreck is currently the home to a large territorial dragon moray eel.
Do we get the location from him?
It is able.
Like
it
when
can
he-
give you
when he
a
blasted
general,
to us?
Yeah, it can give you a general location.
Could I put it on a... Do I know where it is, or do I see it and I'll know when I see it?
It's able. It gives you a general distance and direction.
I don't know if it could be like, oh, it's like these coordinates or something, or if it just...
It's not quite that. Specific, but it does give you a general direction from a landmark on the reef, the Kuatoa village.
Okay, so I could. So when we go back to the ship, I could point on a map the
Yeah.
area that it is. Okay.
Probably.
All right,
At least
that's good enough.
The vague the general location within probably half a mile.
That's good enough. That's bang on the ocean.
Basically. But for helping you for dealing with the sickness that was spreading throughout the Bay of Thorns, dealing with the Grand Speaker, who it doesn't seem like this guy the reef particularly liked, because obviously he was spreading sickness in the ocean, is at the very least willing to tell you the location of this old shipwreck. Do you have any other questions for it?
Yeah. What do you know about the Watcher that lurk, or what do they call the eye?
Oh, what do you know about the trench?
That too.
The trench. Yes. Just at the edge of the reef.
The Seeker was searching for something in there. Do you have any idea what it could be? And is it dangerous?
I am.
My assumption is yes, but
Says,
very.
I am ancient, even by the standards of the most long-lived of your kind. Amongst the knife ears, the elves.
Oh, he's just
Wow,
busting out
the
slurs.
fucking reef is racist.
No, he's just a product of his times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that,
Sorry, I didn't mean to assume your gender, reef
when the
god.
great fiery mountain was little more than an undersea mound, the reef was here. I was here. That trench was not.
So that's new. Okay.
Well, let me get through the explanation, Max. Shut up.
Okay, sorry.
And then, amidst boiling seas, a light, a great crash, an explosion, it felt like. From the skies above, a shard of impossible beauty, piercing through the waves, down into the ocean, gouging out a scar. A shard of crystal.
Okay.
Basically,
Maybe that's
a meteorite shard of that was a shard of crystal. And it's like literally thousands and thousands of years ago.
could that have been the Watcher?
No. It might be a connection to it. My theory is it's a piece of the living gate.
You are the shard mind. You do. This is your history stuff.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me finish something right quick so I can use a mouse. Would I need to roll history on that, or like am I allowed to like?
You can roll a history on it.
Okay. I mean, character theory. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a piece of the living gate. Something came from space and crashed and broke a fucking hole in the planet. I mean, yeah.
Or seemed like it came from space. Technically, it could have come from a different plane, just in the sky, appearing.
A 19.
That is your suspicion. A piece of the living gate, the connection between the astral sea and the far realm that was essentially shattered years ago. Its shattering is the thing that kind of let the far realm out, as previously it was a gate.
I was about to say, yeah, it kept things out while also being a way in.
Max is describing a gate.
Well, I mean, it was locked until it broke.
It was indeed.
Is what I'm
That
saying.
is typically what gates are used for.
Yeah, that is true.
Maybe
But
maybe he was trying to get the piece to open it.
Maybe. Oh shit! Let more of them in. Oh my god.
Either that, or to stop anyone else from getting pieces to reassemble it and close it again.
Oh no, we're the baddies. He was trying to close it.
Well, no, he would get the piece, and so nobody else could get it.
Are we the
Or
baddies?
maybe he was trying to close it and we're the assholes.
It's possible too. You might be the bad guys. Doo 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 doo.
Colin's like, hi, I tricked you guys into an evil campaign.
Reroll for evil gods. But no, it's
All right, hold on. I gotta change my god then.
Your
God
suspicion
damn it! We gotta go kill this child now.
is that perhaps
We gotta rethink some of these quests.
at the bottom of this trench, this scar across the ocean floor, perhaps there is one of the long-lost pieces of the living gate. I don't know how you, as a shard mind, would feel about that, though.
I'm gonna be
I
honest with you
I
guys.
would
That
like
seems
it.
a little. That seems a little over our pay grade at this moment.
It
And
may
we got a
very
lot
well
going
be.
on.
When I say this trench, it ain't a shallow trench. I mean, it is a.
That's what I
deep
like.
trench.
This seems
This seems like we need to win the contest first.
this seems like a lot. We got a lot of plates in the air right now. This seems
At
like
the
a pretty.
At the very least,
And untrack that quest.
having taken over, having re-established the friendly Kuatoa, currently friendly Kuatoa, at the very least, the reef does sit at the edge of this trench, so at the very least, the trench itself is currently under friendly control, as long as you're still friendly with the Kuatoa.
We're like, guys,
Where
why
do
is
the
this quest
bullywugs
red?
live?
The bullywugs,
So at least we know for now
the
it's
bullywugs,
safe.
the
air
bullywugs
quotes.
aren't. The bullywugs live like up. If you're looking at the map, like up in the forests along the coast, like up like.
Oh,
there.
they're nowhere near here.
They're nowhere near there.
Okay.
So the bullywugs aren't really a problem for it. One out there, the bullywugs are amphibious too. They're not aquatic. They live on land, but they can swim in water basically. But yeah. So you've learned something.
And where is the area where the cannon was?
The cannon is. The cannon's not that far from. Is actually like if you just look at the Blighted Reef where the little outpost is. That's the cool.
Like the couple of buildings.
Yeah, just like make it like a little bit to the fucking east, basically. Not very far. It's like a half a mile. There are a lot of shipwrecks around there, though.
We just gotta find the one with the giant fuck-ass eel in it.
Yeah, it is the territory of a dragon moray, however.
So like right there where I put the marker.
Pretty much. Really not that
Okay.
far.
Oh, well, we were right there. Did we notice any big guns or any big eels while we were around the village?
Not really, but you did notice debris from shipwrecks. However, around directly, like over the village and around it, it was sort of scattered. There's like like planks and things like that, ropes, old rope, but nothing like that jumped out at you. Of course, you weren't actively like looking for it. You didn't really know it was there at the time, so. But yeah, you get the location from it. You can, however, like I said, you feel the weight on your bodies of this ancient entity. Like I said, you just there's your joints ache. You feel tired. You get all the feelings from this ancient reef washing over you.
So he feels like we do.
He
Colin.
he feels, and I don't know how you feel. To an extent, maybe you can't help but feel kind of bad for him.
I meant out of character. He feels like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
but
feels like when he turned 30.
I would say in
Yeah.
in character, maybe you can't help but feel bad for the reef because he's ancient. He's sick from all the shit that's happened over the reef for the past 1,000 years. You know.
Yeah, no, I don't feel great about it because I don't like people mistreating nature just in general.
And it's very possible that, nobody really knew except the Kuo-toa.
I mean, that is why I was like, well, in their defense, they didn't know that you were there, but also they shouldn't have been doing it anyway.
It's not the people of Alvalindra and the Kuo-toa have not always been on the greatest of terms, so if there's anything you would like to ask the Brain Coral, however, you may. You can ask him anything. He's at this point thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, so might have seen some shit.
Oh, what do you know about what's her name? What's the lady's name? The Umberly lady? What do they call her?
Queen of Tides?
No, that's
No.
our friend.
I thought she was Thunder and Thorns.
The Queen of
No.
Tides and Thorns and
No.
Thunder is her full title.
That's
But the
yeah,
High
okay.
Priestess of Umberly.
No, the High Priestess of Umberly. She's just called High Priestess.
Well, her name is
I thought
Goblin.
we were given
Her
a
name
name.
is her name is Goblin. Goblin D. Snuts. So
I asked him what he knows about the High Priestess of Umberly, if anything. That's kind of I know it's a long shot, but
it seems roll a insight check actually.
Mm,
Not the
I
greatest.
kind of
insight.
want to action point it, but my insight's not great.
Technically, because this is all happening in everyone's head. If you want
It's an
to,
insight
everyone
roll,
can
right?
roll an insight roll.
I only have a +4, so a 14 is
Well-
pretty okay for me.
Well, it makes you feel better. I rolled a 12 with a +10.
Everybody gets progressively worse.
oh, we stopped it at 11.
Well,
Does anyone want to action point it? Because I'll action point it if no one else does it. I'll try.
Yeah, I'll action point it. because I probably will have I had the best chance of rolling a high one.
That's true. Vogan's got a pretty fat insight score. All right.
26.
As Akmenos is like trying to form exactly how to ask about this high priestess, you don't get a lot from the brain coral, as Akmenos is almost trying to like ask. It feels like Akmenos is trying to ask a question in his head towards the brain coral, and it just seems a little bit blank. But this is a powerful telepathic being. You don't just have to project questions in your head. You can project like full-on images in your head, and it will see it. So you can not just ask about it. You can you realize
You can literally show it.
literally just show it what's going on in its head, and it can do the same to you. You've only been scratching the surface of this sort of higher end telepathy that it is capable of. And so you tell Akmenos, not just to ask about the High Priestess. It may very well be that it's never heard the term High Priestess. It doesn't know anything. It may very well be that it's never heard the term Umberly. But you're able to...
I like how it's never heard the term Umberly before, but it's heard fucking racial slurs.
Well, you know what, Stone Boy? You...
I imagine the
Like when you
priestess
crumble,
and the shrine in my head. And then I imagine a question mark. This is new to Akmenos. He doesn't. He's trying his best here.
It is able to reach out and touch your mind, and as you are looking at it, you are seeing this scene in your head of the shrine, and suddenly, you can see the shrine is almost built up piece by piece as it was reconstructed. The Shrine of Umberly is built around a basically broken statue, a destroyed statue, that has at the edge of a cliff that has a bunch of,
The one that the dudes were tied to.
that has dudes tied to it, hanging over the edge. You almost see a rewind where all of a sudden the pieces go back up onto the statue, and you can see, it is a statue of a halfling, that is standing, 20, 30 feet tall. Obviously, it's a statue. A real halfling wouldn't stand 20 to 30 feet tall. That's crazy. But the statue...
Man, if that was a human, that should be like 100 feet tall.
Is
That's crazy.
reconstructed. And you can see halflings gathered around it, offering sort of various,
Can I religion check it? Can I really?
Yeah. Offering, various, like, essentially
I don't know.
tithes. You can see
I don't know shit
they're offering...
about ancient halfling island gods.
Well, they're offering all sorts of, gifts.
With my religion check, is this religious in nature,
It is
or
indeed.
is this
It's definitely religious in nature.
Conk, I also roll a
Okay.
religion check since I'm,
Yeah, you're all seeing it.
I got 21.
I'll say a certitude.
They want to know
Is
shit
it
this
a
session.
religion?
Yeah. You worship Sheila Pelroyal, right?
No, it was.
Oh,
I
Is that just
switched
the
it,
one you
remember?
switched it to? Okay.
I switched to oh my god. Vernestra.
Okay. I'll roll a religion check.
I'm gonna hero point that.
This is no god at all. It's an
I
abomination.
mean, are you sure? Because I rolled a 21. I probably know.
Well,
Cool.
The gods. Well, if you had to double fail roll, probably the random religion roll is probably one of the better ones
mean-
to fail.
Yeah, but also
This is what appears to be a halfling god that is you don't recognize who it is. It is almost like you do know halfling gods, but this doesn't resemble any of them. And as you look at it, well, let me double check what your oh yeah, you rolled pretty good. You almost see aspects of every halfling god in this one deity. And then you see the high priestess of Umberlee. Like I said, these are all like images that are flashing in your head. You can see the statue. The base of the statue is covered in like splatters of blood. You can see the statue is crumbling, falling apart. And you can see as the statue crumbles apart, the volcano at the center of the island rises up and begins spewing magma.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And in the place of this halfling god, a shrine of Umberlee.
Oh, okay. So the halflings worshipped here, and Umberlee took over the island and kicked out their gods.
It does seem that way, yes.
Okay, that's what we got. Okay.
It even seems like this. Viewing it, you almost see like they worshipped not necessarily a progenitor god, but one that was like all the entire halfling pantheon sort of rolled into one. And then there's the sort of symbology of like it all being shattered by this high priestess of Umberlee.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Wait,
She's called
so-
the Sea Bitch. And this was all, like I said, this entity is thousands and thousands. He's ancient. So he saw everything. This was before the Queen of Tides and Thorns. This is before there was any sort of city here.
So the queen of, this high priestess was here before the
Yes.
queen?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah, the Queen also said that.
Yeah,
The
The
she,
queen
she
said. The
that-
queen
Yeah,
said
you're right.
she,
Okay,
she
you're
got
right.
kicked out of the Feywild, and that lady was.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot that she hasn't been here
because
Okay,
she's made a fairy deal with her, and that's why she can't do anything against her.
That's why
she's got
technically-
to get us to do it.
That's not technically nobody with any elven blood can do anything really on this island against her. At least
I
nobody.
think I don't have blood. Period.
Nobody born on this island. I imagine if there was elves born outside of the island, they could probably do something. But they are usually quite rigidly isolationist or unaccepting of like immigrants, essentially. So that's not that many people. But you
Make
are
the
amongst
Feywild
those
great
people,
again.
and you're no ordinary people. But that's what he shows you. And it is, like I said, it's not a... along with the...
Maybe we can get the halflings to help us.
Maybe, but along with the visions, you also get, like, the terror that just spreads through you. And the suffering and the sorrow. Just, like I said, you're not just assaulted with visions and images, just the feelings of the area and the islands. You're just... there's a wash of just pain. Suffering. And perhaps, maybe even, the slightest dagger of malicious joy.
Like
Like this
towards
high
the
priestess,
event or in general?
towards the event. This high priestess is a bitch. She took great joy in tearing down this statue, killing halflings and running them off into the jungle.
Colin,
I mean-
okay. So how in this image, how long does it look like that happened?
How long ago did
I
it
think
happen?
we're like a fast forward.
You're in fast forward.
time lapse
Like I said, it's
kinda
like
deal.
a time lapse
No,
deal.
No, I'm also saying like the events of the statue coming down. Like, does the island look the same?
No.
Or is it like
The city didn't exist.
The city didn't exist. This happened before the city.
Okay, do I know how?
Before
do I
the
know how long the city
volcano
has
at
existed?
the city's been around for at least 1,000 years because it's gone through a bunch of sea trials that happened at least every century.
Okay, is the lady an elf?
The lady of
High priestess.
the high
The
priestess.
high priestess.
You don't know what she is.
Oh, I didn't know
She
if
looked
what's her
human.
name told us.
She ain't.
Yeah,
everybody
that's why I was
knows she ain't
confused.
that, but we just didn't know what.
She looked human, from what Agmenos could saw, but that's certainly the type of thing like.
If she was strong enough, she could hide that.
But if you want to ask any other questions of the Coral Brand, I'll give you a moment.
Oh, I asked him that. I asked him if the high priestess is a human or not.
Well, I'm gonna go pee real fast, so everybody else can think of questions if they have any.
Yeah,
Oh, as opposed to unsuccessfully.
If I had unsuccessfully,
That
peed, I
happens
would've
when you're
sprayed
older.
it all over. Yeah, it's true. Your prostate goes crazy, and pretty soon you have to. Oh no, I'm forced to go to the doctor, and he's gotta shove a finger up my butt. Oh no.
it's like, Doc, I don't think
Oh,
it worked. You probably
no.
need to go up to
You
5
better-
fingers.
You need to add a couple more fingers, Doc. Alright. But I'm back. What was your questions? I will say the Elder Brinkhold does only know like stuff for the like general area. You can't if you ask him something like across the world, he probably ain't gonna know.
I asked him if the lady's human.
That skips my question.
I mean, you could always ask, but the
Yeah,
answer would
no,
probably be
that's-
like, I don't really know.
Yeah, I
It's
would
more
rather
of a
not.
regional thing. But there's almost a chuckle as it says, "Of course not." Jeez,
What is she then?
I don't know, but she is. I sense that she is not that powerful, but she is long-lived. What is she? I don't know.
Well, that's still disconcerting.
It always seemed her power was in manipulation.
Well, that means load up on stuff that buffs your will save.
I want to ask Colin what okay, out of character question first. What is the name of the what did they call the fucking watch or the eye thing in the sky? Was it the watcher that lurks above or some shit? Like what was that?
The lurker above.
I asked him what he knows about the lurker above. Being a telepath, I guess I know how to ask this question.
You
I mean, back telepathing us.
imagine the great eye in the sky, and you can feel almost the recoil from the Elder Brain Coral as it sort of recognizes at the very least the same energy.
Mhm.
It recognizes it as aberrant and foreign, as it says, yes, the same taint that spread itself across this bay. It was a mystery to me, and yet I feel like I always knew it. Aura. Its aura has permeated this reef for, well, in a sense, ever since that shard fell to from the skies.
So they're connected. Okay.
At least somewhat. It could be
Yeah.
a matter of the far realm, essentially. Well, I'm not sad to see him go. You know.
Me either.
I am. I like them.
All right, we got a new far realm worshiper. Vogan,
Yeah, if it's gonna break
which god of the far realm do you want to worship?
the one that gets rid of the ocean.
The ocean? All right.
Yeah.
That's Groudon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worship Groudon.
All right. What do you want your starter Pokemon to be?
Groudon.
No, you're
Torchic.
Your choices are Valen or Ilunaria as your starter Pokemon.
That sounds like slavery, Colin.
That's
No, they get to live rent free in your balls.
I still think this is slavery, Colin.
It's not slavery because they're getting room and board.
No.
Slaves didn't get room and board.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. You're lying. Maybe you should study American history, the real American history, not that shit they want to teach you in the liberal colleges.
Oh, my bad.
What?
I forgot. I
You're-
was taking Rock Nation.
Your starting Pokemon is either you can choose Zubat, Poochyena, or Numel.
Ooh wee.
That. Okay. Well, I think.
Zubat?
He has
I
Mightyena,
think Zubat.
Crobat, and Camerupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's what
Crobat.
Maxie has.
You can go
Yeah,
to like Golbat.
Crobat.
Golbat to
No,
Crobat.
Zubat.
No, I
gotta-
know, but I get a Crobat eventually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the answer because the other ones are not super good.
Everybody loves Crobat.
Wait, am I just playing through the game normally? Because at that point I can get Mega Camerupt, and that's just that'll fucking kill everything.
No, you're gonna end up with 2 Mightyenas, 2 Camerupts, Crobat, and oh, okay. Hold on. Which game are you in? Because I was looking at Emerald.
I mean ORAS.
Okay, let's see. What is this team in? What is his team in?
Oh,
ORAS?
all right.
His team in ORAS is.
Is there any other questions that anybody has for the Elder Brain Coral?
You can't start with Groudon.
Ryan!
So I guess.
Ryan! Is there any other questions that anybody has for the Elder Brain
I think we're
Coral?
good, unless he wants to talk about Pokemon. I guess.
He doesn't know what Pokemon
Yeah.
is. He was a lot. He thought Pokemon was nerd shit back because he was like 90 billion years old whenever Pokemon came out.
Colin, you're not the Elder Brain.
I wasn't that old when Pokemon came out. I played Pokemon Blue as a child. By child, I mean when I was 85. You can see the Elder Brain does begin to grow wary. He's less. All the images and thoughts he casts into your mind become fuzzier. They become more diffuse. They become less focused. He almost descends into a faint slumber, like an elderly man that has eaten half of a Subway sandwich. You can see that the Sewagin attendants begin to shoo you out as the Watcher and Flounder very quickly leave. You make your way back up to the Jericho. Anchored nearby the
Jericho.
the crew hefts you up. You can see that Kevin is there to offer a hand. Four Ears is there to pull you up. Captain Montebank looks on a little bit expectantly. wanting to know what you've learned. My word. So you know where the weapon is.
And we
I
know
point
that
to it on the map.
Ish.
It's with, well, it's pretty close to here.
We also know that the High Priestess of Umberly is she like disrupted the halfling religion here.
I imagine it's probably not hard to find this eel, right?
Probably
This
not.
this
If
this
we start
giant
poking around
motherfucker.
in the wrecks, I'm pretty sure
There's probably a
we're
huge
gonna
area
find
where
the
there's
eel.
nothing else.
It even makes it probably easier to find the shipwreck because you just gotta find the one that has the giant evil eel.
Alright, so we tie Rick to a rope and dangle him in the water until we hit the one that has an eel.
But you do know... And so now, really, you've got some options. None of them have a time limit. So, you're free to do anything in any order. It's not like something's gonna expire.
That's not true. We have to ask the lady not to host the games before the
games happen.
Before
the games happen.
That is true. But check...
And we have to kill the lady before the sea games happen.
That is true, but the sea games at the very least are still... The living ship is still being built and finished, so...
I still think we should do the bullywugs.
Yeah, I agree. I think the bullywugs are the best bet for our next move.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like I said, the eel, the ship, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, he did say the eel is powerful.
And then maybe while we're doing with the bullywugs, the boat can spend a little bit of time in this area, see if they can't spot the giant eel or whatever.
Yeah, possible.
And that's how the ship sinks.
Yep, you go back.
I mean,
you don't have a ship anymore.
All right, well then none of this matters, so
Yeah.
we're good.
They go over there, investigate. The bullywugs rise out of the water, riding the eel.
Captain
Oh no, they teamed up.
the Jericho is sunk,
Yeah.
but Captain Montebank's now got a giant eel mount. He's like, "Fuck you guys, I don't need you anymore." He swims away.
Campaign ends. Cut to black. Roll credits.
I befriended it.
All right. There is no rush to go after this cannon. Realistically, the actual date of the sea trials hasn't been announced. The ship isn't finished.
This is when we find out that the eel is the cannon.
Yeah, that's true. It just...
That'd be
I mean,
awesome.
if we befriended
That'd
a
be awesome.
giant eel, that would probably be helpful.
I mean, hey, you've befriended... You're the first people, really, to befriend the Kuatoa. You can probably have them, like, climb up onto an enemy ship and start killing people.
Do any of us speak eel?
Do any of us have to speak with animals?
Roll a nature check.
Absolutely do not have speak with animals.
Yeah,
What?
if anyone's gonna have me, be you or Mike.
Well, Mike doesn't want to be here. He's busy getting his dick shortened because it's 12 inches long.
Yeah, they're taking the belt sander that a huge callus on his cock had from dragging on the ground.
Yeah. It's a fucking pain. The Jericho, like I said, sails away from the Elder Brain Coral. And while you do sort of veer generally in the direction of the actual Kuatoa village, it's only to see the Watcher and Flounder off as they return to their home. They do still have quite a bit of rebuilding to do, essentially. While, realistically, the majority of the Kuatoa survived, and those that were, quote-unquote worshippers of the Lurker above quickly folded back into... Well, they were worshippers of the Lurker above, but they quickly folded back into just general Kuatoa society, because you know that most of them were worshipping out of fear. The Grand Speaker, the Obsidian Guard. It's
Spineless bitch bolts.
it's scary to, run away from and live in the wilderness or, I mean, the options were, like, go live in the middle of the ocean wilderness, which would be like living in the middle of a forest, or pretend to worship some random god most of them just chose to worship some random god. And so the Watcher, Flounder, they're going back to the Kuo-toa village to hopefully, you know, get everything in order, help rebuild. You, however, begin turning back to Alvalindra, sailing back towards the coast, leaving the reef behind, the Elder Brain Coral behind. What exactly are you planning to do? Are you going back to Alvalindra? Are you continuing onwards to the Bullywug camp to hopefully deal with that? There's not a time limit, so if you want to spend like a day around town, you can. If you want to go immediately deal with stuff, you can. I'm not like rushing anything. I'm not putting the guardrails on this part
I
of the
think
campaign.
we should probably spend a day in town.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not putting like a time limit on this part of the campaign. You're still on the tutorial island, basically. Alvalindra looms in the distance. You can see its bright lights glittering off the surface of the Bay of Thorns. As you get closer, you can hear the raucous laughter and music of the bottle bars that sit on the coast, amongst the fishermen's warehouses. You see your home. Well, what you can only call your home now, the Broken Harp. There's quite a few people outside. As you disembark from the Jericho, well off from the coast, you're reminded just how kind of disliked Captain Montebank is, as he is not willing to actually dock at one of the local docks. He has 4 ears basically row you in. You land with a dull thud on the sandy shores just outside of, essentially like just outside the Salty Dog. There's a lot of mooring places. And you climb back up onto terra firma, solid earth. Now no longer having to feel the listless rise and fall of the Bay of Thorns beneath you. And you return back to the Broken Harp, which is bustling. It is filled with hungry patrons, with eager patrons. The sights and the sounds of a busy, lively tavern fill your ears as you once again find yourself home. Rory is there, his voice rising above all the din, said, "Good lord, I can't fill that many beers at once. I've only got 2 hands." Food is rushing out. You are able to gently nestle away in a small corner, find a table. Rory, to his credit, does seem to go out of his way to make sure that you have a good meal. Although you feel like this is perhaps less, Rory and more, Cora. Making sure that you're being fed.
Well, anyway, we appreciate it.
What would you like to do? But you have arrived back in Alvalindra.
I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna wash the seawater off of me for eat.
I don't know if they have showers here.
I'm gonna find some way to get the salt water off water off
they
me.
They can offer you baths and the like.
That works.
I can power wash you.
I put Rick's head under the water.
Drown him.
I throw myself into a tumbler.
Oh no, his ghost potion is still working.
It's not about drowning, it's about the trauma.
You hold his head underwater in the bathtub. He's like, oh wait, I can still fucking breathe underwater. What the fuck?
He just looks up at you confused.
Yeah, he looks at you disappointed, honestly. Like, this is how you're gonna kill me? This is it?
Again, it wasn't about the killing, it was about the submerging him in water and traumatizing
it's really
him.
about the message, really.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm only burning my half.
There are baths.
No, I'm like a
drawn
One
for-
Piece character. It's only seawater. That's
It would be real awkward to dive down to the bottom of the ocean and then drown in the bathtub. Like that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah. Tell somebody I died shitting myself.
But you go and you find the bath. You get a meal that is not just like rations. Good meal. One that's made with actual, love, essentially.
oh yeah.
What would you like to do? Thor is giving you the sexy eyes too.
What time is it?
I'm gonna go talk
Pretty
to
late.
the old man. that
Apparently,
I'm
it's
friends
sexy
with.
time.
Oh, not anymore. If it's pretty late, no, he's probably asleep. I'll do that some
Wait.
other time.
It's.
Well, what
I don't think it's. I don't think it's late.
When I say pretty late, I'm not talking like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like 8 o'clock at night.
What time are you thinking?
Should we eat dinner? Like dinner time?
It's like dinner time.
Oh,
Like 8 o'clock.
It's probably
Okay.
like, yeah, it's like 7 or 8.
I'd be fine. I'd go talk to him then.
Who are you talking to?
The old man that I'm friends with, the fish
Oh
monkey.
no, he's in bed.
That's what I'm saying.
You find that he's at Femboy Hooters, which is located
Based?
just off the coast. Who knew that this old man could be so cool?
It's true.
His shop is closed up. His
It's his son's day job. He goes there to support him.
Eh.
yeah. That's why. Well, that the whole point is the grandfather told you that his son had died because he got a daughter out of it because he transitioned. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh well, that's fine. But also going to watch your
I don't-
child strip. Is
I don't
gross.
think
Shut
don't
up,
think
Brian. It's a
trans-
beautiful thing.
people are allowed at Finboy Hooters.
Why you think
that's a
Fanboy
woman.
Hooters is transphobic?
No, I'm saying that's a woman, not a Finboy.
No, Ryan wants an apartheid state. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Jesus
I think it's
Christ.
really. I think it's transphobic of you to that a trans woman can't work at Femboy Hooters.
Just like a cis woman can't work at Finboy Hooters.
No, cis women can be the cooks.
I
It's
asked.
not a Finboy.
I asked.
Okay,
Ryan,
I guess that's fair. That's true.
That's why like
You-
men can work at Hooters. They just have
That's
to be
true.
cooks.
No, I asked Ryan.
I didn't think of that. That's my fault.
I
That's
asked
my fault.
Ryan how he felt about Benjamin Netanyahu, and he had said Netanyahu yes. So, take that as you
I-
will.
I generally feel negative about Netanyahu, so negative.
Yeah, negative.
That's good because if it was
Because
not
you love
negative,
him.
I would kill you.
Generally bad. Like,
Did you know he wears a yarmulke because it's a cheaper hat? More you know.
What?
If you wear a yarmulke, you only have to make half a hat. So you can a yarmulke costs the same. Like one yarmulke costs the same as like 3 hats because it's less of a hat because it only covers a little part of your head.
Hmm.
They're saving money. It's just fiscally responsible.
That makes sense.
The man
That
has
certainly was a
closed
statement,
up
Colin.
his shop. But, at late at night, there's not much need for fishermen. Even the dying twilight hours, however, you do see that often amongst the fishermen's boats, you can see that his grandson's boat is alight. It is currently docked. You can make out the silhouettes of several forms moving across, and you do see the elderly man's form. It looks like he's...
Did you say he's
Probably-
docking with his grandson?
Yes, he's docking with his grandson on the docked boat.
Bruh!
Finboy Hooters.
Just in front of the Femboy Hooters.
I hate it.
I kill myself.
There, you can see the silhouettes of them on moving across the deck of his docked fishing boat. As it looks like I said, you did kind of get them to forgive each other. Reconciliation between the family is. It does seem they are now sharing a meal of some sort. Like I said, you can see they've set up like a table on the deck of his fishing ship. So his grandson's fishing ship.
Nice. They're just having a meal.
Yeah, they're having Finboy Hooters. That's why they're in front of it.
Okay.
You bought Max?
It's
I
chicken
stroll up.
wings covered in nut.
Yeah, it's
Why?
glazed chicken
Why?
wings.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
and
Why? That is what
I-
people would order at Femboy Hooters.
And
That and Honey
I
Nut
ask if
Cheerios.
there's room for one more at the table.
Max wants to
Like-
dock with them.
Yeah.
Do you have?
No.
Do you
They're
have?
more
a
than
penis?
happy.
Counter or not?
They're more than happy to make room for you as they.
Yeah. Grandpa stretches his foreskin for
There's
you.
not much in regards to like actual chairs, as it seems they're sitting on like crates and barrels, but they pull up a crate for you. And the old man says, "Oh no, sit down, sit down. We don't have anything particularly fancy, but it'll certainly fill you up."
All right. I'll sit down.
That's not
I'll
something
have
to
a
s-
plate.
That's not something to say at Femboy Hooters. It'll certainly fill you up.
Yeah. So I sit down. I sort of. I guess I can't really sigh, but I like relax.
You sigh
Sigh-
inside their head.
Internally, yeah.
Sighing
Yeah.
is a state of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The relief
Okay,
washes
that's fair
over
enough.
you.
Who the fuck sighs at Femboy Hooters?
And then I'm like,
Me.
Raphael
"Ugh."
from the Ninja Turtles.
No, people that sigh longingly.
after the time I've had,
You,
I could
you
use a
could
good
be
meal.
Nice old hot cup of femboy jizz.
Hell yeah.
Why
Write
are
that
we
down.
beating this dead horse?
He smears the chicken wings over his rock face so he doesn't have a mouth.
The food is, like I said, not spectacular, but it is hearty, filling, and it seems that the old man and his grandson are in a better place, as the old man reminisces happily as to the boy's father, his own son, whenever he tells you, whenever he tells him, I remember when your pa was sailing these waters, he was just as hot-headed as you were. Of course, when I was his age, I was the same. Just about drowned myself trying to... I said that I could swim from the dock all the way out to the reef. And I just about drowned by the time I was halfway there. That was foolish of me, but when you're young and stupid, you say things like that. And so I know that, sometimes the things that we say might seem clever at the time, or at the very least truthful, but as we get older, we just
This is how Grandpa excuses
kind of learn
the fact
better.
that he was saying slurs.
Yeah. That's why we're at the Femboy Hooters. I can show that I've changed my ways. But he tells you that, he shares a little bit of his grandson's, his son's story. Like, he was hot-headed. His grandson's hot-headed. He was a little bit hot-headed in his youth.
Yeah.
But sometimes you sort of grow past that.
I regaled him with what happened under the sea.
Under the sea.
They seem surprised, shocked.
Yeah.
They hold on to your every word.
Max, you didn't tell him where the reef was, did you?
No, I exclude the reef
I
because
was like,
they
we weren't
trusted
telling
us
you
with
on
the
that
reef.
one.
I mean, they
But
know,
like about the fight and like the Watcher
they
and
do know where
all
like
that stuff.
the reef is, but the Elder Brain Coral, that's
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
They are shocked and astounded and excited as the grandson says essentially like, so you're saying that the blight should be going away soon.
I don't know how soon, but yes, it should be going away.
Praise be to Umberly for that.
About that, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, ooh, this is gonna get awkward.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a dinner conversation you want to have with somebody's grandpa.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it was a struggle, and I think that the Kuotoa are thankful for it, and I think that we can really form somewhat of an alliance with them. You know, having such a good connection to the sea, that'd be useful for everyone, them and us.
I don't know about the Kuatoa. They've always been a thorn in our side.
I think after this, we could learn to trust one another.
They look at you a little bit skeptically, but they nod their head. They said, maybe.
I say, well, look at me. I'm this being made of crystals, and you've learned to trust me.
Oh, let's not go that far.
I'm just as, if not more foreign than they are to you.
The grandpa puts his glasses on. What the fuck?
Hey, now.
I thought you were a coat rack. That is true.
That's been speaking this whole time.
I thought you were the dementia voices. That is true. I suppose. Well, they do say that times change. Well, why not?
Like the tides.
Just like the tides. But he nods his head.
And the shifts it, femboy hooters.
Yeah. I mean, you got to. We can't work them. They're not fucking horses. You can't work them till they die. Which you can do with horses. But, yeah, no, you have a nice meal. With this family you helped reunite. Not much more than that. You don't really gain anything more than that from it, but it's a nice moment for Ilanara. They don't seem particularly angry about the possibility of working with Kuatoa. They don't seem particularly disturbed by that. No.
How about Flounder? I'm like, I met one really nice one who actually was really helped.
And he can speak common, you say?
Yeah,
Maybe,
he was
maybe,
really nice. He was very helpful. Very nice guy.
Grandson, maybe you can get him to show you where the fish are, you know? You didn't want to be a pirate, you wanted to be a fisherman. Well, maybe you can get a little up.
I like nudged the grandson on his arm. I'm like, yeah, maybe I find a nice Kuatoa wife.
Do I look like a fish
Bruh.
fucker to you?
He
A
says
crystal
docked
temple.
with his grandfather.
I stuck my
Under the
dick in
table.
crazy, now I got scales on my dick. Max.
That coochie always fishy.
Beyond your meal, would anybody else like to do anything?
I would wait a bit for Thora to like be done with cooking and stuff for the day, and I would just spend time with her and show her the mace that got upgraded.
All right. You have to wait quite a bit late tonight. Obviously, you know it's a tavern.
No,
It stays up relatively.
I let
late, but
Thor get off. I let Thor get off. I let her take the shift off, and I'll just fill in for.
no, you let Thor get off. That's fair.
I mean, that's fair. I'm
But
not
that is what's
stopping
gonna
her from
happen.
getting off. Yeah,
You
I am pro getting off.
you fill in for Thora so Thor can get filled in. It's like I'm gonna test out the haft of this hammer, see how it goes. What would you like to cook?
I'll just cook whatever whatever everyone's ordering. If I'm just filling in for her.
All right.
Oh, actually, okay, because I can try to learn something new. What are the options right now, Colin?
You currently know. Let me go to my recipe manager.
I've learned the turtle soup. I've learned the whatchamacallit.
Calamari bites.
The calamari bites, and then the pepper shit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and unlock the. You know, because there's been a little bit of a lack of fish, you do finally get to really practice making wild cherry salads.
Wild cherry, what? Oh, salad.
Wild
Okay.
cherry salad.
Okay. Okay. You cut out the end, but I knew I gathered.
This is the one that
Okay.
lets you get +1 to your will saves. A relatively simple cough. Relatively simple recipe. You only need wild cherries and banana leaves, both locally grown sort of produce. A fresh fruity salad that grants you +1 to your will saves.
That'll be
Hell
helpful,
yeah.
probably.
Always useful. All right, but you spend the night sort of filling in. Like I said, you're not the only person in the kitchen. You know, there's there's like sous chefs and the like. There's like 3 of you back there, but Thora gets to spend the night with a Sertu. As she is only too excited. She likes hearing about Asertu's adventures and quests. Thora always talks about how her life is kind of boring because she's a chef, and so she's almost feels like she lives vicariously through Asertu's like quests and journeys and things like that. Even though they're always close together.
Yeah, wouldn't want her to see me turn a seahorse's head into liquid.
Yeah, you get the. I mean, it's kind of fucked up. It's like, you know, using a bolt gun on a cow. Like it's kind of got to be done, but you don't got to feel good about it. You know.
Holy shit! Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But, and you know, she's excited to hear about the seahorses. She wonders if they have more seahorses down there that size.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Because unless I might have just killed the only
You
2.
killed the only 2 of those seahorses. They're dead now.
Those
I doubt-
obsidian
you've
shard mines were like
extinguished
the
light
guards,
of an entire species.
like the guards for like the last white rhino or whatever. That's what they were.
There's 2. I got good news. There are 2 giant seahorses. Bad news. It's 2 male seahorses. So
That's okay.
Well,
They
at
can both get pregnant.
Yeah.
they're gonna have to fill that pussy up. You
Maybe
find
horses are like frogs in this world.
Asertu's gonna go hang out with Thora. Vogan back in the back cooking. Ilanara is going to the ship to the docks to hang out with his old man and his grandson. And so it is only Akmenos and Valen who's in the background making Gil's potions that sees the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder sort of comes in to the bar. It's late. Probably about midnight. It's relatively quiet in the bar. The fire has burned quite low, but it's still casting a dull orange glow across the expanse of the common room of the Broken Harp. A nearby bard has gotten drunk, and her previously energetic music has fallen to little more than the faint plunk and every occasional pluck on a lyre, as sometimes some rather inconsequential and strange verses come from her mouth, from no song you've ever heard of. And the Queen of Tides and Thorns and Thunder sits down at the bar, orders a large shot of something strong, and downs it. She is... Akmenos, you're there to see she is quite clearly troubled. She was always a little bit of a vivacious character, least previously. She loves, like I said, she loves dirty limericks. She likes taking random people home with her at night to her living ship, which is made of
Big
ironwood.
fan of back shots.
Big fan of back shots. Also learned that she loves, surprisingly, her young ward, that she views as a daughter. So, you see her there just sort of downing shots.
Does she have a crowd? Like an entourage?
No. She's never felt the need to travel with one. She doesn't need bodyguards in this city.
Well, you don't have to have bodyguards. You could, she have a whole party following her or something.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have hanger-ons either. Not more than the people in the room going, oh, because since she's out, it's not like her appearance at a bar is unusual. She's at a bar every night, basically, taking someone home.
I'm gonna walk over to her. I'm going to. She's at a table.
She's at the bar.
Yeah.
You can see like
She's at the
Rory.
bar.
Yeah, Rory poured her a shot. But that being said, you don't have to do more than like pass a look to him because you've been living basically at the bar for some time. That if you want some privacy, he'll just sort of nod his head. He'll step back.
Yeah. I do that.
All right, yeah, he does so. He says, he puts the bottle of a pretty fine whiskey on the bar. Steps back. He says, "I'm gonna go, check up on Vogue and see that he's, everything's going okay. The cleanup's going okay." And ducks behind the bar into the kitchen.
And I'm gonna sit beside her at the bar.
She
And
quietly
Go on.
pours herself another drink.
I'm gonna say, I don't believe we've interacted yet, but but you know who I am? You know who I'm with?
I am familiar, of course. Do you drink?
There's something I would like. I've been known to.
She sort of reaches over the bar and grabs another shot glass and pours a finger of whiskey.
I'll do the shot.
Alright. She does the same.
There's something I would like to talk about with you.
But I'm listening. Ain't no one else here talking.
Well, first of all, I'd like to inform you that we might have taken care of the problem with the diseased fish.
She raises an
I believe
eyebrow.
we've made allies of the Kuatoa, and I believe we've stopped the source of that.
She looks at you, a little bit of a surprised look on her face. Well, then I owe you me thanks. Tell you the truth, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do long term about this rationing problem. And to tell you the truth, if it were a month ago, I might have killed you for daring even speak about allying with the Kuatoa on the reef. Nothing but a thorn in the sides, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, about that. As part of our alliance, they've asked that the what is it called? What is the thing called with the boats?
The sea trials.
The sea trials.
it's just called
the sea trials not be held over the reef. It destroys their homes.
She sort of looks down and she sort of sighs and she says, it's not an unreasonable offer.
I believe that once our business, and I know she knows what I mean when I say that, is concluded, that shouldn't be much of a problem.
No, it shouldn't be.
Good. And I want you to know, we've also been, I believe we might be making some headway on that front. Not, we don't have enough to move yet, but
She
I think we might be formulating some plans.
You can see she looks a little bit nervously at the door, the bar. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. I perceive stuff. Ooh.
I mean, that's not that bad a roll. You're only level 3. You can see the front of the bar itself. The Broken Harp has, it has windows that face out to the ocean. You do see what appears to be surprisingly someone that is watching this conversation, clad in a dark robe that is got gold filigree across it. You recognize somehow the High Priestess is watching it, but she doesn't seem completely substantial. She seems almost incorporeal, mist-like.
Well, are you always being watched?
To an extent.
I don't like spin around at the bar and stare at her or anything,
And
right?
she keeps her, yeah.
I want to make it clear that I'm not like there's a ghost. Or
she sort of downs a shot.
I stay.
Says,
I stay looking forward.
He's always watching.
Well,
As best
That
as
makes
she
the
can.
sexy time awkward.
She
or
sort of,
not.
and she sort of looks at you. Are you
Don't yuck their yum.
You've got your.
No.
That's what she discovered with
How-
voyeurism.
how-
I'm
I
yucking
think.
my yuck.
How prominent is your holy symbol? You like wear it out proudly, or you got it tucked away?
He's like Country Mac.
No, I would have it out.
She sort of glances at it, and she sort of looks down, and she sort of says,
I'm not going. If I don't know that I have to hide it, I don't
have to
hide who
hide
I
it.
am.
But she sort of says, I don't even know who I am anymore at this point. I don't know who I worship anymore.
Well, is that something you would like to talk about? I am supposed to hear out the problems of people.
Roll
part
a
of-
diplomacy.
Part of the nature of being a man of the plate, male.
Man of the plate.
I
The Knights
that's-
Hospitalian.
As I am, I'm gonna action point that. That one's bad.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow. All right. From one extreme to the other, almost. She sort of lowers her head, and she sort of says,
We can do this here. We could do this somewhere else. We could not do it at all. It's up to you.
She sort of says, no. It's better here, actually, when I think about it. She sort of lowers her head and she sort of says, for as long as I've been on this plane, I've walked in the path of Umberlee. done as I always felt as if I was doing what she told me to.
I've been told that was under duress. That was not a choice you made.
They say, she sort of downs a drink and she sort of says, they say that sometimes the easiest way to share your burdens is with a stranger who's not going to judge you. I killed my mother, a Fey Queen, in a rather foolish attempt to take over the thrones of the Autumn Court. In case you didn't notice, it failed.
And would that be history?
That could be
Queen of the
history.
Autumn Court?
That could be history, that could be arcana as well.
Could it be diplomacy?
Probably not. Unless you're trying to convince her to do something.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm from Skull Ghost. I know about fairies.
You know about the Fae. A lot of what you know about the Fae is sort of in regards to
bad. It's mostly bad.
Especially hags and changelings. They're a big problem in Skull Ghost.
I probably know more about the winter than the...
You probably do. But it's not all that different. You know that the Autumn Court's a Fae court. It is. And you know that the Fae, at least on the Feywild, are filled with underhanded politics, backstabbing,
Yeah, that's why I don't want to be involved in it.
That's why you don't want to be involved in it. She and the to her, the Queen of Tides is basically like, I killed my mother. Stabbed her right in the back, hoping to take over the Autumn Court. Because I was fucking young.
Do I know who the head of the court is, or is that not a thing that I would know?
That's probably a thing you wouldn't know, even with that role. Like, that is...
Okay.
Okay,
now that's fair. That's fine. Okay.
But she sort of says, stabbed her in the back, hoping to take power to the Autumn Court. But... turns out the person that does the killing isn't necessarily going to be the person that gets all the support. So...
they're often the fall. They're often the scapegoat.
That's what happened. Execution was the order. By my own fucking family.
But to be fair, you did also kill one of your own family.
You don't have to fucking remind me. I guess I'm a coward because I fucking ran. Didn't even leave the court. I just left the plane entirely. Figured it was probably easier. You ever thrown a dart at a dartboard? Kinda how I ended up here. No? But despite all that chance and happenstance, ended up here. She was there. The High Priestess. Promised me safety.
He was waiting for you?
I don't know. Maybe it was just luck.
Maybe it was a scheme.
Maybe. Whatever it was. Whenever I got here, there was the High Priestess of Umberlee, and I was cast away from my family. Adrift. A plane I didn't fucking know. Surrounded by fucking midget standing up to my damn knees.
Most getting real aggressive towards the halfling for some
Well,
reason.
she's not a, she still got work to do. And
Gets
she
a lot of smoke for no reason here.
promised me safety from not just this plane, but my family. And all I had to do was follow in the footsteps of some god. I've never been a religious person. Not particularly. But in that moment, I thought perhaps a savior had fucking presented itself. As God, I was scared. And so
That's how they trick you.
I took on her contracts, her promises. And to tell you the truth, for a while it was incredible. I mean, she sort of motions around. I built an entire city from basically nothing. But I've spent a lot of time desperately seeking a companion, something that would fill the void that's inside me after I left my home. I've tried to fill it with drinks, men, women, killing.
All at the same time.
She tilts her head and says, as many as I can push in there at once. And you want to know the fucking truth? The sad truth? The only thing that's made me fucking feel anything is this damn kid that I took in. I mean, it's gonna sound crazy, but you know the way some people, they take in a stray and it's all of a sudden it's part of their fucking family. You know, I don't want to compare her to like a dog or something, if you understand, but she's just something that wandered into my life and I care. I don't understand it.
Well, I was a stray taken in by the church. And in my home of Skull Ghosts, my people are generally not viewed fondly. If you can imagine. I don't know if you know much about Skull Ghosts.
I'm familiar with its layout, mostly in regards of sending out raiders and the like.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Of course, she sort of frowns, shakes her head, and she says, I was always sending out raiders to gather tribute for Umberly, to tell you the truth.
Well, I hold no ill will towards your piratery of Skull Ghosts. At least it's going to people instead of dying to the monsters in the forest.
That's fair.
But I was a stray taken in by the church, and it gave me meaning and direction. I want you to know that your stray probably feels the same way. And I'm happy that you're returning those feelings.
I'm I'm scared. I haven't felt that way in a long time. I'm scared for her. I'm scared for me. I'm scared for Alvalindra. I mean, I'm still its queen after all. I'm scared of... if I made this pact with a god, what if my heart is telling me that I don't feel that way? I don't walk in that path anymore. I don't want to walk in that path anymore.
Look, in my, I guess this is literally my professional opinion. I don't believe I believe your pact is with the speaker, and not the gods don't deal in pacts. God's command, they don't compromise.
That is fair. Gods are a little bit more aloof, oftentimes, than
I believe if a god wanted you to do something, you would not be wondering about it. They're normally extremely direct. I follow a goddess of trickery, and we're always fairly certain when we're directed to do something.
I'm just a ship adrift without a mooring line. But
Well, so I am willing to bet that your issues come with the speaker. I don't know what kind of power she has, but
I made a pact with her, and when the Fae make a pact, we can't break it.
oh, I'm aware. I know what your people are like with pacts, and I know she knows that as well. You were taken advantage of. I don't know if this was part of a scheme set up before you even left, but she has grown powerful.
Let's see.
From
I'm gonna roll an insight check for the Fae, for the Queen. Oh, that's pretty good. She sort of nods her head and she says,
it seems convenient that you were involved in a scheme, left as a scapegoat, and then this person who stands to gain so much from having you under their thumb was waiting for you in the spot that you happened to randomly appear in.
and she sort of said, it's not only that, it was all the Fae, anyone of Feyorgr, the elves, the Eladrin, all subject to her whims. And
I'm sure the people in the Feywild and dealing in the court don't particularly care if they can't come to one island to attack some random human.
On top of that, it was always her decree that we don't bring in outsiders.
Well, of course, the outsiders are outside of your pact.
She nods her head. Exactly.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm extremely untrusting of your kind. Where I come from, your people are baby stealers and children eaters, and
Well, we do love baby back ribs.
You do got a Fae in your party.
But she nods her head.
yeah, well, I'm not making deals with with them, so.
But she does nod her head and she sort of says, there
Also, there's a difference between me talking to, a gnome or a fairy or something, and me talking to an archfey.
there are certainly
That's fair.
those amongst my kind that have no qualms. They love, well, depending on the court, they do love meddling the affairs of humans. They love taking the place of a human child and swapping it with a changeling. They think it's a laugh.
That's fucked up.
Oh no.
Yeah, This
I
whole time
accidentally
I've been like,
unplugged my
yeah, they're
headphones.
real bad, and you're like, no, I love them. Let's.
I have
I
fixed
didn't
my
say
head-
that at all.
I have fixed my headphones. I accidentally kicked my
Let's.
headphones out of the fucking jack. Alright, but no, they think it's a laugh when they put a changeling for a human baby.
I mean, it is a little bit funny, but it's very fucked
Kind
up.
of funny, but you can see she has
A little bit funny.
you know, she is someone that is of the Fey realms and the Feywild, and yet she's not. She's been cast into the material plane. She's a wayward person, so she's kind of both worlds in her sense, and she's filled with apprehension, worry over someone that she now views as her own child. Like it's all crazy. But Agmenos, you do see the faintest, I don't know if I want to call it opportunity, but she is certainly wavered in her faith to Umberlee.
I don't think the faith existed in the first place.
May very
But-
well not have. But at the very least, her adherence to the High Priestess.
And I'm going to say, after saying that, I don't trust your kind, I'm going to say, and I do not trust you, and I do not expect you to do things for my benefit. But I believe that this priestess is a monster. I mean that both metaphorically and, as far as I'm concerned, literally. And I am a paladin, and we hunt monsters. So, you can count on me to do this for you.
She nods her head.
This is not a pact. I am not making any form of deal with you. I am making this clear.
She
Gotta add
looks
that
at
in.
you and she sort of says, "You don't trust me and my kind, but you do trust in the nature of Fey pacts, don't you? That we find them
Exactly.
absolute. What if we do enter into a pact? What if you deal with this High Priestess, and in return I promise you, if it is within my power to do it, if you ask me to do something, I will do it."
If I ask you what?
Basically,
What'd you say?
she says, I know I'm a Fey person, and you believe that we are...
Is
we
it
adhere
one
to these
favor for one
pacts.
favor? Is that what we're trading?
Basically, if you deal with the High Priestess, if it is within her power to do, and you ask her to do it, she will do it.
Enter the Fey Pact. Ask her to kill the child.
Oh my god, that's the most phase shit
Oh, no.
ever. That is the
That's-
most phase
oh,
shit ever.
That was... Alright,
Gotcha.
She's like, damn, I've been out fade.
she does it, but you got an enemy across the entire world. If
He's
you-
like,
That's the kind of shit that you
No.
do when you got cancer and you know you're
Ryan,
dead.
Ryan, I'll let you...
And then I
gonna-
immediately kill myself.
Ryan, I'm gonna go pee, but I will let you think about it. She does say, we can enter into a pact if you will deal with the High Priestess. I will make a deal with you. Whatever you ask me to do, if it is within my power, because she can't give you, the world, but if it's within my power, I promise you, by Fey Pact, I will do it. Alright, Agmenos, she is the queen of tides and thorns and thunder, is offering you, much to perhaps your chagrin, maybe everything inside you is telling that you shouldn't go on with this, but she's offering you essentially a Fey Pact. But that Fey Pact could very well be in your favor, because her terms are quite clear. She wants to deal with the High Priestess of Umberlee because she is... you can't help but see her perhaps as a wayward soul. Her faith has faltered in Umberlee. She's grown to care about someone other than herself, and even other than Alvalindra. All it took was for her to care about a child as a daughter. And so you have an opportunity. You technically have the upside of this deal.
It's like, we gotta do that shit anyway.
Essentially, yeah, you want to do that anyways. And at the same time, what does Akmenos' morality tell him to do in that regard? Like, take advantage of the situation?
I'm going to say, I told you that I am a monster slayer, and I found a monster to slay. I do not need your pact to do so, and you have spent several lifetimes bound under one, and I will not replace hers with mine. You can keep your deal. I do not make deal with the Fae.
I'll make that
But-
deal.
But you have my
You're
word.
not there.
I know.
You have my word that we will do this for. We will do this not for you, but for everyone.
All right. She nods her head. You gain a bonus action point. That will remain with you, so you will have 2 action points.
And I know you're not a member, but this is gonna hurt. But I hold my holy symbol and I touch her hand and I give her a blessing of Sayanin. And I'm willing to take the drowning and stuff from it.
All right. Like I
I'm
said-
gonna try to put some. I'm gonna try to put some juice in this one because I think she kind of needs it.
All right, roll a
on-
religion check.
You just drop dead.
Ooh, time to use that extra action point.
You get it. You did get an extra one. I mean, that's not bad. There's a faint glow as the symbol touches her skin, and the glow sort of quickly grows to a bright light, and you can see the bright light spreads throughout the room. You feel sick to your stomach. Your joints
I'm gonna fight through it.
ache. Your head begins to pound. You can feel the heart pump in your body as you can feel the throb of blood pushing through your head. But you hold on. And as the light grows, you can see the visage of the High Priestess as watching you from the window is driven away. The light
What?
slowly...
What?
The high priest. You cut out after you said
Yeah.
high
The
priestess.
visage of the High Priestess that was watching you through the window is driven away.
Gone, you keep cutting out.
Bruh.
What's going on with you?
It's
Hold
the
on,
same
okay.
spot.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 The visage of the High Priestess that was in the window is driven away.
I would have died if you cut out again at the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
The light sort of drives the visage back. And for one moment, there is no watchers in this room. You don't feel like the queen is going to be necessarily a worshiper of your god,
I don't care. It's just I found someone in need of it.
but you did find someone that needed you and your god. And in this moment, there is peace for the amongst her sort of, like I said, you saw her come in, trepidation, fear. She's drinking. You can see just in that moment, for a brief moment, just peace wash over her as her tense body sort of relaxes. You can see her furrowed brow softens for just a moment. And seeing that, you can really see just how much this high priestess is taking a toll on her, and how terribly wrong it is. And so while you have not entered into the actual binding of a Fey Pact, you still feel driven to deal with this terrible high priestess that now is not only casting a curse across the island. This high priestess tore down the gods of the halflings that were the natives of here. This high priestess is the real villain of this island.
Oh no, it's Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh my god, half a hat.
I tell her that the night is Sayanin's domain, and I've given this one to you. She will not defeat me at this time. She will not. Her god is not stronger than mine, and
She
I'll prove that to you.
smiles.
I say that, but I'm like,
Getting punched in the taint.
I'm like slumped onto the bar because I almost just fucking died.
She is grateful, clearly, but she's still the Queen of Night Magic, and she traces a finger underneath her chin, and she says, "You ever been with a Fey Queen before?"
No, and I intend to keep it that way.
That's fair.
We are work associates.
She's, she's still, the Queen of Tides. She's still interested in, the things she likes aren't because of Umberly. She just like, dirty limericks and kind of sleeping around. But she's, as soon as you say no, she's like, it's a pity.
She will not entrance me with her pelvic sorcery.
Ryan, she's as wet as your lungs are right now.
Well, you know what? That could go.
I don't really like that saying.
That could go ruin someone else's life.
Yeah, mine.
But
sure.
She nods her head.
You already got a demon inside of you. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's fucking a Fey Queen again?
It's a devil, I'm pretty sure. No, or is it a demon?
It's a demon.
It's a demon inside
Because
of me.
it's
We're hunted by the devils.
Dissipator is after, and Dissipator's a devil.
Yeah, the fuck boys are hunting me.
Yeah, that's true. She nods her head.
And I don't know what the monkey is.
The monkey is technically a demon.
Okay, the monkey's a demon.
Yeah, because he's a worshiper, follower of Asmodeus.
It's complicated, but the point is, she nods her head. She doesn't begrudge you, but she says, "I don't even know your name."
Ekbenos, Your Majesty.
She nods.
That's the most respect she's getting out of me. I should have even told my name to a fairy, but
It's true. She can use name magic on you now.
Yeah, but it's not. She could so easily find my name that is ridiculous. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She nods her head, and she sort of says, "Akmenos, I don't know if I could even possibly thank you, or how I could thank you if you did this for me."
I don't do what I do for thanks.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Do I get a bonus?
No.
No.
No, this is another one where just you being to roll the check at all is
27. Roll good.
She looks at you and she sort of says, Rohamani Redwind.
Oh shit.
That's my name.
You know, it's dangerous for you to give out your name.
Then
I
I'll
appreciate
allow
the
you to use it at my peril.
I appreciate the trust.
I hope you understand what it means, me giving you my name.
I do.
And she nods her head. Takes another shot of the whiskey, stands up from the bar, and walks out the door of the Broken Harp.
I take the bottle. Is there anything?
Oh yeah,
There's gotta be stuff left in the bottle. Yeah, I just start downing. I just start downing it, and I fall into the floor.
What's it gonna be like whenever Vogan, you come in from the bar or from behind the kitchen? It looks like I said, the dinner orders have dried up. Most people have gone home. There was a brief moment where Rory came to the kitchen and he was like, I don't think we need to go in there right now. But after a little while, you go into the actual common room. You see Agmenos downing an entire bottle of
And then I
Rosé
fall into
Cuervo.
the floor. I just fall straight into the floor.
Go pick him up. And I escort him to his room. I just carry him there.
I just had a real rough experience, buddy. I'm gonna let you know. It was
What happened? Do you want to talk about it?
no.
I don't think he's sober enough to talk about it, even if he wanted to.
Hey, I've been there.
I think it's dangerous for me to talk about it at this moment in my current state.
If you say so.
All right.
Did you strike out?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, that's not the true. If anything, the queen struck out. You told her no.
From your point, from a certain perspective, yes, and from a certain perspective, no.
Like, she asked you to come home with her, and you said like, nah, and she's like, well,
That's
Nah.
still Ekmeno striking out.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I guess, technically.
Rough, buddy.
you fall into. Each of you eventually falls into the comfort of your beds, as you've all, got fine enough rooms at this point. And the night passes. Akmenos, you rise with an awful hangover. Just
Is it the hangover, or is it, like Umberly trying to kill me?
you don't know,
Or both?
Yeah.
but you feel like shit when
probably
you wake up in the
probably
morning.
both.
You find that your head is pounding, your mouth is dry, you're just bleary and dreary-eyed. You rise from the bed, you sort of have to stumble away. You're pretty sure.
What time is it?
Late. 9,
Late.
9, 10 in the morning when you wake up. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
What
Thor's already on
happened?
the
I
lunch menu.
Like,
I go
Thor's
to
already making like sandwiches for lunch.
I go to whoever is taking the orders.
That,
I tell them
that'd be Rory. But Acerta, you find, like I
Rory.
said, you spend a fine night with Thora. But as is often common, because she is a cook, she's up and gone before you even wake up a lot of times.
Oh no, I don't sleep that much, so I would probably be up at the same time or before her.
All right.
I
But she
Do you sleep?
She pops
Do-
out at like 4
Do
o'clock.
you
5
need to
o'clock in the
sleep?
morning.
I don't think so. I actually think I do the elf hibernation type thing. I'm pretty sure.
She hibernates.
I do have to food. I was wrong about that. I do need to eat, which I've been doing, but I don't
But
have to sleep.
I order every hangover cure they have. Anything.
That's fair.
That's a traditional dwarven hangover cure of dog
Yeah,
piss and
that-
vinegar.
That's a dwarven continental breakfast.
You get a full English breakfast. Compliments of
I put
Thor.
enough of the red pepper in there to kill a devil.
tons of red pepper. But
Oh,
Nah.
that's good. Ask
That's
Akmenos
all right.
gonna have a heartburn.
you get a mixture.
I'm a tiefling.
Rory,
I'm fine with it.
Rory looks at you with a eyebrow raise and says, "Rough night, Agmenos. Well, we can do something about that." And gets you a huge plate of greasy bacon, like rasher bacon, and biscuits. And tells you, the bacon and the bread will soak up whatever's left in you. Which, to be fair, does seem to kind of sort of work. You don't feel great, but you do feel a little bit better.
And now, there's no like wash basin or anything in my room, right? Like that. This is that nice of a place.
It's not that nice of a
Right.
place, but there is there you can have a wash basin brought to you. Usually it costs, like, baths and wash basins cost extra, but Rory at this, you're kind of friends with him, so if you're like, I need something cold to splash on my face, you're like, oh, I can take care of that. You don't got to worry about that.
Yeah, like I'll just go into the kitchen and get a rag from the water and dip in the water if I have to.
Yep.
And I just, I wipe my face and I put myself together.
You hear you feel a heavy hand on your back as Thor says, Are you okay, Akmenos?
I've been worse.
Well, if you
I've
need,
been worse. I've been better.
if you need anything, don't hesitate to send back to the kitchen. We'll
And I
see that you're taken care of.
run my fingers. I make myself look presentable, as is in character for Akmenos. He is not a disheveled person. And now I'm going to go do what I wanted to do. I'm going to go walk into the jungle and try to find some fucking halflings.
That's fair. What's everyone else doing?
Look,
I
oh
go
no! If
with
I go
them.
in the jungle looking for halflings, I'm not sneaky. I'm gonna fuck that up. I was about
I'm
to-
not
If the
trying
whole
to
point is
sneak.
you're looking for
Oh,
halflings,
then never
why
mind.
would you be
Never mind
sneaky?
then. Okay,
You
that's
want
right.
them to
We're friends
find
with them,
you.
kind of. Okay. Yeah, no, I go with that for the halflings.
Yeah, I tell everyone I'm going to go look for halflings. I'm going to see if they'll help
yeah.
us. They might be willing to help us with the
You-
problem.
You have learned they
Yeah.
don't have the best history with Umberly or the High Priestess. Even though it's been a long time, can't know but verbal tradition.
I don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you forget.
stuff like that. Even if it gets warped, you don't really forget stuff like that. All right.
And I have the panther fur that they gave us after we killed the panthers.
Yeah.
Like I put that like around me to signal to those it's me, even though I'm the only tiefling on this island.
Probably. One of the only ones. There's like 3. All right.
I'm definitely the only tiefling paladin on this island.
You just like go in a random direction? Do you have a direction you choose to go in?
I don't know where they're at. They're just in the jungle.
I-
So
Or just in the jungle?
Colin, I take him in the direction that I went when I went into the jungle with that young hunter guy.
Right, vaguely to the north.
that's better than me. I was just gonna walk around if I ran into anybody.
You
I was looking for
we
random
were being-
encounters in the woods.
We were being followed, so
it does not take too long outside of Alvalindra to get into the actual heart of the thick parts of the jungle. Overgrown trees, overgrown underbrush. You have to struggle to push through it. The easiest way to traverse through the jungle is to follow the sort of there is like a winding river up from the coast. Would you follow the winding river, or would you just like YOLO.
Yeah, I'd follow the river.
All right. You follow the.
If there's a settlement, it's gotta be by the water, by the
You
fresh water, right? So
follow the river, and it is, like I said, it's a winding river. It takes, large winds, and as you move up it, the first thing you notice is there is a faint hint of it almost smells like rotten eggs. And as you follow this river upwards, it feeds out of, essentially, because the water is coming from a large lake into the river, a massive lake that is stinks of rotten eggs. You can see there are fumaroles of steam coming off of it. Akmenos, you can see on the northern coast of this lake, the water is actually boiling faintly. You can see the occasional bubble, and it's a slightly yellow tinge.
oh,
And it
this
stinks of sulfur.
this thing's full of sulfur
It's-
from the volcano.
Yes, it stinks of sulfur. I'm not even going to make you roll a nature check, because you can pretty quickly surmise there is a lot of sulfur that feeds into this lake. It is heated by sort of thermal vents and from the volcano. As you can see off in the distance, the volcano looms. It's massive. The area around here is basically completely deserted. No settlements that can be seen on any of the actual shores itself, but if everyone wants to roll me a perception check.
Do we have any skilled trackers in the party?
That is fair. You could roll a nature check. Want to do something like that?
Oh, my perception's pretty good.
Like
Like I say, I'm known to perceive.
You do
my
perceive.
perception is much better than my nature.
Or all nature. Well, never mind.
I rolled a 16 with a
I-
fucking plus 11.
The dice giveth. The dice
I
take.
believe.
Did they give it?
They taketh
I
away as
believe.
well.
I believe the one thing we're majorly lacking is like a scout character. So we're not gonna be very good at this.
Valen comes up and says, "I'm making Gills potions."
Yeah, how about you make a fine halfling potion, buddy?
Akmenos, you don't see any like permanent settlements, but you can just make out on the there are a couple of what looks like old campsites at the northern edge of the lake. You're currently on like the southern edge because you followed the river up. You do see, because the lake's big, but it's not so far away that you can't see the opposite like shore. You can just make out what looks like temporary campsites. You can make out like a couple of small ramshackle structures that are made like of leaves and vines and tree. You see a couple of small like burnt out campfires, stuff like that. There are temporary camps that were on the northern coast of this lake.
I guess I start walking towards it.
Pretty sizable way around.
Well, I mean, I don't have any other direction to go, so
Alright. If I was going to give you a random combat encounter, this is where it would be. But I don't feel like it.
It's 11:30.
That's why we're sort of... I don't really feel like it. As you make your way across the... it's just like I said, you're having to really circumvent the lake, because it's a pretty big lake. You feel like something is watching you. You hear a crack of a twig, essentially.
a gun.
A gun. You hear
There's five-
you hear the crack of a twig, the break of a branch, and you suspect that it's one of the halflings that are following you. But as you turn, you can see there is a panther that has a pelt that is black as pitch. It almost seems to ignore. It almost seems to absorb light. And the light, like I said, it almost seems like the light is bending around it and being absorbed into its body. And as the light is absorbed in its body, it has two yellow shining eyes that looks at you from a distance. It's about 100 feet away. It licks its lips, a bright pink tongue spreading across its chops. Each of you a delicacy. Individually.
I don't know. The panthers eat tree.
Do they eat rocks?
I mean, they may very well.
Oh, Mike's
like that.
Mike's screwed. Mike's like a chicken nugget to this guy.
It's true. You can.
So we throw Mike to the panther and we just leave.
You can have.
Yeah, it was.
Someone.
It's like, you don't need to outrun the bear. You just
But
need to outrun your
someone
friend.
Can roll an intimidate check or a nature check to scare it off. But only one person, so you have to pick. You have to
My
to pick one
intimidate is
person and
plus
pray.
5. Is anyone better than plus 5?
My nature is
Yeah.
+7.
My nature is +8.
Got 3.
Seems like we should let them all roll nature then.
Oh boy.
It's a +8.
You got this.
I mean, my fucking perception's a +11.
Yeah, well, everyone knows panthers are afraid of trees.
That's true. They hate trees.
Then they might be afraid of the tree that's carrying around a fucking coral encrusted mortar crab.
Would you be?
Yeah, yeah, I fucking would.
The panther eyes you, licking its lips. But seeing the party all grouped together as Acertu sort of walks forward and sort of yells loudly at it, driving it off. It does turn. It's clear you're clearly not worth the effort that it would take to pick someone off. So it disappears back into the tree or back into the jungle itself.
Just for shiggles, I throw Mike to the panther as a treat.
Yeet.
Throw Mike to the Panthers. He'll come back pregnant.
All right.
Oh god.
Well, Mike's now a panther warrior, so he's level 20.
Badass.
He's level 4
Win-win.
with 2,000 attack points.
Yeah, he's got to sacrifice a monster to attack.
It's true. He
Yeah.
sacrifices Max, but you gain him back.
No!
More
We just
powerful
have to
than
go
ever.
find him.
Don't let the panther eat me. I'll explode inside of him.
Your
Like doves and rice.
shouts do drive the panther off, but it you end up gaining a little bit of attention. As not
I mean,
far,
That is what we wanted, right?
that is technically what you wanted. As
It depends. Let him finish. Let's see. Attention from what?
From
You-
detail.
gain attention from a couple of halflings.
Okay, this is what we wanted then.
They are.
This could have been like 6 more panthers.
You can see they have sort of dark tan skin, very ornate tribal tattoos across their body, brandishing what appears to be spears that are made of wood and stone.
And I say we've come to talk.
Parlay.
Parlay, but they look at each other. You are outsiders.
Correct.
Yeah, but we're like outsiders.
What?
We're from outside the outside.
Words would you speak? What talk would you make?
We
saw what happened to your
Believe-
god.
believe we
Sorry.
can help each other. We seek to get rid of the priests of Umberly.
They look at each other. Look at you. So, it is your word that you don't walk the path of she who desecrates this island?
I show them my holy symbol.
I show them my holy symbol.
Show them my
I don't have
holy
one.
symbol.
All right. Well, I guess we kill Max and Mike.
Do rune priests have holy symbols?
They're divine. They're a divine class, so I guess.
So,
I think your holy symbol is like whatever your runes are in.
I show my sword with my
all
with
right,
my runes.
all right,
in it.
Akmenos, roll a diplomacy check.
Okay.
You roll a 1, they call your holy symbol gay. They look at each other, and they say, "You are not like those that live in the great city."
No, I'm not from the great city.
We will allow you to speak with our leaders. But if you say something they don't like, they will kill you.
That's
Good. That means none of this will be our problem anymore.
That's fair.
That seems kind of
Done.
par for the course at this point too.
yeah. That's fine. That's fine. We're only level 3. We'll reroll. We'll reroll characters.
They're
That's
like,
fair.
what?
Alright, you start at level 1 in Vandalheim.
Oh man.
All right. Oh man, this is one of those games where you gotta do the whole tutorial over again each
all
time.
over again. But they seem at least convinced enough that they lower their spears. We'll take you to our leaders. We'll be allowed to speak, but if you say something they don't like, they may kill you.
Agreed.
Very good. They turn, and you're surprised it's not just the two of them. There are several that sort of pour out of the trees. All sort of clad, like I said, many of them have tribal tattoos, fairly dark skin.
When the trees start speaking halfling.
Yeah. Fairly sort of dark skin. They wear a lot of them wear jewelry that's made of like, it's roughly made jewelry made of gold. Like they have gold bangles and bracelets and like gold anklets are pretty common. They sort of flank you. They lead you through the jungle itself. In amongst the brush that sort of, like I said, the dense brush, you're surprised to find, you know, paths that you could only dream of finding. They have their own ways to make their way through the forest. They know this land. This is their land. So, whereas, you know, traveling through the forest, you would oftentimes struggle just to make it through the underbrush. They find paths easily. And as you make your way around the lake that is known as the Rotwater, due to its sulfurous smell, you find that they lead you to the heart of the jungle. What appears to be a large, I won't say large, a sizable enough city of halflings. Quite a few tents made a sort of like centered around a large central structure. It is a tiered pyramid that rises up into the sky, and at the top of it you can see there is a statue that is somewhat familiar to you. Not exactly the same statue, but it is the statue of this halfling god that was previously destroyed by the High Priestess. Now, you know, an amalgam made, a reconstruction of the original statue sits atop this small tiered pyramid. And there are a lot of halflings. It's halflings everywhere. Halflings as tall as far as the eye can see, which is a long way, because they're all way taller than them, so you can see all the way.
It's also a jungle, though, so you really can't see that far.
Well, this is in a clearing in the jungle, basically. Bunch of like very colorful. Well, they're not very colorful. They're like beige, but it's all made of like jungle reeds and
They're
fronds.
earth tones.
They're earth tones. They're like greens and sort of khakis and browns. But
Khakis.
the prominent structure is like a tiered pyramid that has the halfling statue on top of it. And you arrive there. And we can pick it up there next week. Because, you know,
Okay.
it's the type of thing that people might want to be around for as you talk to these halflings about, you know, the destruction of their previous god and perhaps what they're going to do about this current Umberly this everlasting Umberly. It's a clusterfuck. Everything's a fucking clusterfuck. But that's what you're there to work out.